Prabhupada was living in Vrindavan, which is about 3 hours by train from Delhi. He was regularly coming to Delhi to print his books. Prabhupada had no money, near ding. So he was translating the books in Vrindavan, coming to Delhi by train, going and buying the paper, and then getting the books printed, then getting the books bound, and then taking them out on book distribution. One day, when Prabhupada was distributing his Back to Godhead magazine in Delhi, it was a very hot day. And Prabhupada had a sunstroke and he fainted. But then as soon as he came back to consciousness, he again started distributing these books. Prabhupada was always meditating, how will I go to the West to fulfill my spiritual master's order? So he would ask many people, give me a ticket to go to the West. There's one lady called Srimati Maharaj. She's the owner of a shipping company. So Prabhupada used to go every day to her house and say, give me a free ticket to America. She would say, Swamiji, you're an old man. Prabhupada was nearly 70 years old. Why do you want to go to America? You have no friends there. Who will look after you? Prabhupada would say, no. I must go to America. My spiritual master has ordered me to spread Krishna consciousness. Please give me a free ticket. Everybody was discouraging Prabhupada. This Srimati Maharaji had her secretary. So that secretary would sit down with Prabhupada for hours and hours, trying to convince Prabhupada, don't go to the West. Go back to Vrindavan. You're now an old man. Just retire. Normally in India, in old age, people retire in Vrindavan. Nobody leaves Vrindavan in old age. Prabhupada was probably the only one who left Vrindavan in old age. Finally, because Prabhupada was so insistent, this Srimati Maharaji agreed to give Prabhupada a free ticket on her cargo ship. You know what is a cargo ship? A ship that only carries cargo, not passengers. So, Prabhupada was given a berth to sleep in a cargo ship. There were no other passengers. Prabhupada was the only passenger in that whole ship. And there was a captain of the ship. Captain of the ship was a nice man. On the voyage to America, Prabhupada had a heart attack. And on the voyage to America, Prabhupada also had a dream. Prabhupada was in a boat and Krishna was rowing the boat. Finally, Prabhupada reached America with 40 rupees in his pocket. 40 rupees by the exchange rate in 1965 was $8. Now it is $1, Kali Yuga. At one time, $1 was 5 rupees. Now in India, $1 is 40 rupees. So Prabhupada landed in America and he only had one contact address of a family in Pennsylvania. Prabhupada was a very great writer. So on the boat he wrote a poem. He said, my little Lord, you're taking me to America, but I do not know why you're taking me to America. Then when he landed in America, when he saw how much sense gratification was involved, he said, my dear Lord, you brought me to America, but I do not know why you brought me here. Now you may make me dance as you see fit, Prabhupada said. So Prabhupada went to this one Indian family that was living in America. He lived over there for a few weeks. Finally, Prabhupada came to New York and he was looking for opportunities to preach. He had no friends, no addresses, no disciples, but he was determined that Lord Chaitanya's message will be taken. He had no doubt. Prabhupada was fully confident that Lord Chaitanya's message would be accepted. So, Prabhupada came to New York and with great difficulty he was able to establish the first Krishna Conscious Center. And then Prabhupada opened the second center in Montreal, third in San Francisco, and slowly he opened centers all over the world. And Prabhupada then came even to your country. He came to your country in 1971 at the invitation of Dr. Kitosky. And how Prabhupada made one devotee, and that one devotee then made so many other devotees. Prabhupada was very concerned for the benefit of humanity. Therefore, he worked so hard to translate these books, open Krishna conscious centers, give darshans, and preach. Prabhupada did not even care for his health. He did not care for his body. He was just concerned about giving Krishna consciousness to everyone. In India, many times we saw that Prabhupada, even when he was sick in old age, when doctors would tell him to take rest, Prabhupada would not take rest. He would just preach. Prabhupada would normally take rest around 9 or 10 o'clock in the night, then get up at 2 o'clock. And then all day in the night till 6 in the morning he would translate. Then he would get ready and go on a morning walk. Prabhupada would always go on a morning walk with his disciples, even when it was very cold. Then he would come back, meet devotees, look after the affairs of the society, chant and preach all day. He traveled around the world 14 times. established the seed of Krishna consciousness in every corner of the world. So Chanakya Pandit, have you heard of Chanakya Pandit? So Chanakya Pandit has said that the difference between a rich man and a devotee of the Lord is, the rich man is just known in his own village, but a devotee of the Lord is known in every corner of the world. So, in every corner of the world, people know Prabhupada. Not just in your country, you can travel in Africa, in England, everywhere. Everywhere people know Swami Prabhupada. And as we expand book distribution, as we expand the preaching of this Krishna conscious movement, Prabhupada's glories are going to spread more and more and more. Had Prabhupada not translated these texts into English, these would not have been translated in Russian and other languages, and we would not have been fortunate to wake up to what is spiritual life. So, I just wanted to give you all a little brief life sketch of Srila Prabhupada. And all of you are also associating with Prabhupada because you all are reading his books and associating and serving in his movement. Prabhupada said, as long as book distribution goes on, I will never die. So as we read Prabhupada's books, we associate with him. As we follow his instructions, we associate with him. And don't you all feel that you all are feeling the presence of Prabhupada? No? Because you're following his instructions. Just like when you chant Krishna's name, don't you feel Krishna's presence? That is why you chant Hare Krishna, because you're feeling his presence. You're getting some satisfaction. So we should meditate on Prabhupada's instructions and thereby purify.